Some people are just saying, well, it's just a few pylons. What do you think to that?
Well, it isn't, because we can already see 25 pylons from Weston Marsh, so that is going to double, possibly maybe even more. We've got the substation coming in, but that will lend itself to solar farms, battery storage, all sorts of other projects. We already know we've got 3 projects coming in. We've got the Outer Dowsing scheme coming into it from Surfleet off the A16. We've got the Spalding battery storage coming into it, but we know that there is also Holbeach Marsh Energy Park coming in, which is a big one. And if anybody can tell us where that is, we'd be very grateful.
So it's much, much bigger than a string of pylons.
Very, very much bigger. It's huge. And we all know that once these projects start, they just expand and expand. This is only the start, it's the tip of the iceberg.
It's been estimated that if the pylon scheme goes ahead and all the extra power generating projects come to fruition, there'll be a loss of around about 17,000 acres of land. I understand that lot of that is good grade land. What's your concern about that?
Well, I think 50% of grade 1 land is actually in Lincolnshire, and I mean, if you take 17,000 acres out of the equation, I know it's not all grade 1 land, but that is a lot of production, and once it's gone out of production, it won't be, you know, in production for any generations to follow. I mean, we've been farming for, you know, since the 1800s, and you know, what's going to be left with land in another 200 years if it's going out at this rate, you know? And, you know, everyone wants feeding, and when there's no food, I mean, where are they going to get it from then? That's the concern.
Right. What's that land in Lincolnshire used to grow? What sort of food are we talking about?
Well, in this area, they're growing sugar beet, potatoes, cauliflowers, calabrese, and basically they grow anything that, you know, anything anybody wants really, and double cropping. So, I mean, it's excellent land.
Quite big percentages grown in Lincolnshire as well, aren't they?
Oh, there's a big percentage of the greens, you know what.
Yep. We produce a third of veg, a fifth of fruit, plus other crops, cereals, wheat, sugar beet, all those sort of things.
Potatoes.
Potatoes. The UK is going to have to double its food production in the next 10 years due to health concerns about ultra-processed foods and the increased population.
So can you tell me why you have this suspicion that the substation is going to be close to your farmland?
Well, it's in the dark blue area or purple area.
It's in the purple area on their map that they sent out.
Right, and there's a super pylon, if I can call it that, at the moment that you think is the link to that.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And that would be a site then for a 35-acre substation?
Yes, in that area.
In that vicinity, yes.
Yeah, yeah. What's your big concern about that?
The loss of prime grade 1 agricultural land, because it's some of the best land in the county, or in the country even. It's double cropping, it's sacrilege.
Okay, you've got concerns about potential for flooding, I understand.
Oh yes, definitely. You know, we're getting these extreme weather conditions now, and if the site's about 35 acre, there's going to be increased water from there, and I'm asking them to increase the pump capacity at Lord's Drain, and also I'm concerned about the riverbank height, bearing in mind the global warming and the rising sea levels. The Dutch, they're already raising their sea defences by a metre, and I think we ought to be. If we're no good getting a power station out here surrounded by water, there'll be big problems. Also, somebody told me that in Gloucestershire, where their substation station is there, they've put bunding round it because of the threat of the water. So they've got a problem out there by the sound of it.
What do you think people who are also concerned about this should be doing now?
We've only got until March the 13th to make our comments, objections, any reservations to National Grid. It's our chance to say something. If we don't say it, we're going to lose it.